It sounds responsible, almost boringly responsible. Save your money, spend less than you earn, build a cushion, prepare for uncertainty. That advice has been drilled into us since childhood. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. If everyone follows it at the same time, the economy slows down, sometimes sharply, sometimes dangerously. And it doesn't happen because people are reckless, it happens because they're careful. That's the paradox. Right now, saving feels like survival. Inflation bruised households, interest rates shot up, layoffs made headlines. The future stopped feeling predictable. So people did the sensible thing. They pulled back. They delayed purchases. They parked money just in case. From the outside, that looks healthy. From the inside of the economy, it looks like oxygen disappearing. Because an economy isn't powered by money existing, it's powered by money moving. And when it stops moving, things quietly start to break. Not all at once, not dramatically. At first, it's subtle. A restaurant notices slower weekends. A factory trims overtime. A company freezes hiring temporarily. No crisis yet, just hesitation. But hesitation is contagious. To understand why saving can slow an economy, you have to forget one idea we've all been taught. The idea that your money just belongs to you. In real life, your spending is someone else's income. When you buy a coffee, that's revenue. That revenue becomes wages. Those wages become rent payments. Those payments become loan repayments. Those loans support banks. Those banks finance businesses. It's a loop. Break the loop, and the system loses momentum. When one person saves, nothing bad happens. When millions do it together, the loop thins out. Imagine a small town, nothing fancy. A grocery store, a few cafes, a car repair shop, a factory on the edge of town. Everyone decides to save more this year. Just 10% less spending. No one feels reckless. Everyone feels smart. But that grocery store sees fewer customers. The cafes cut staff hours. The repair shop delays new equipment. The factory reduces shifts. Workers earn less. So they save even more. Now spending drops again. This is where the irony kicks in. The thing everyone is trying to protect, their financial security, becomes harder to maintain because income shrinks. No villain, no collapse, just a slow tightening. Economists have a name for this, but the name doesn't matter. The mechanism does. Saving removes demand from the system. Demand is the reason businesses exist. Without it, production makes no sense. Factories don't produce because they can, they produce because someone is buying. When buying slows, production slows. When production slows, jobs slow. When jobs slow, incomes slow. And suddenly, saving feels less discipline and more like self-defense. This is why recessions don't start with panic, they start with caution. What makes this even stranger is that the money doesn't vanish. It still exists. It's sitting in bank accounts, money market funds, government bonds. Perfectly safe, perfectly useless for growth. The economy slows not because money is scarce, but because confidence is. This is where governments step in. You'll often hear politicians say things like, "We need to stimulate the economy." What they really mean is, we need to replace the spending that disappeared. When households save, governments spend. When businesses freeze, governments borrow. Deficits rise, debt increases. Not because governments forgot how to budget, but because someone has to keep the loop alive. This is why governments often run deficits during downturns and surpluses during booms. It's counterintuitive. Households tighten belts, governments loosen theirs. People hate this. It feels backwards. It feels irresponsible. But from a system perspective, it's a pressure release valve. Without it, downturns spiral. History is full of examples where saving too aggressively made things worse. During the Great Depression, people hoarded cash. Banks collapsed. spending evaporated. Unemployment exploded. The lesson wasn't saving is bad. The lesson was timing mattered. Saving during good times builds resilience. Saving during bad times can deepen the damage. Here's the uncomfortable math behind all of this. In a closed system, total spending equals total income. If spending falls, income must fall too. There's no workaround, no clever trick. One person's thrift becomes another person's lost paycheck. This doesn't mean people should be reckless. It means individual logic doesn't scale cleanly to the system level. What's smart for you can be destructive for everyone when synchronized. This is the part no one likes to talk about because it feels unfair. You didn't cause the problem, you're just responding to it. And you are, but the system doesn't care about intentions. It only reacts to flows. Money in motion creates stability. Money at rest creates fragility. That's the irony. The more uncertain the future feels, the more people save. The more people save, the weaker the present becomes. The weaker the present becomes, the more uncertain the future feels. A feedback loop. Now add modern finance to the mix. Global capital moves instantly. Algorithms react faster than humans. Markets price in fear before it becomes visible. When saving increases, markets notice. Stocks drop, credit tightens, borrowing costs rise, which reinforces the instinct to save. This is why recessions feel sudden even when they've been building quietly for months. The system doesn't crack, it stiffens. And stiffness is dangerous. Flexible systems bend, rigid systems snap. Central banks try to counter this by lowering interest rates. The idea is simple. If saving earns less, spending becomes more attractive. Borrowing becomes cheaper. Investment restarts. The loop resumes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. When fear is high enough, low rates don't matter. You don't borrow because money is cheap. You borrow because the future feels safe. This is why monetary policy feels powerless during deep downturns. You can't force confidence. You can only try to buy time. Which brings us back to the core tension. Saving is rational. Saving is prudent. Saving is necessary. And yet, collectively, it can slow everything down. There's no villain here, no moral failure, just a system built on motion, reacting to stillness. This is why economies are fragile during transitions, why recoveries feel slow, why growth never resumes all at once. The system needs someone to move first. Consumers, businesses, governments. Someone has to spend so someone else can earn. And someone else has to earn so someone else feels safe enough to stop saving. That's the quiet standoff at the heart of every slowdown. Everyone waiting, everyone being responsible, everyone unintentionally holding the brakes. So the next time you hear that saving is always good for the economy, remember this: it depends on when, it depends on who, and it depends on how many people are doing it at once. Because economies don't run on virtue, they run on circulation. And when circulation slows, even the smartest decisions can produce uncomfortable outcomes. The question isn't whether saving is right or wrong. The real question is this: if everyone is waiting for certainty before spending, where does certainty come from?